The disappearance of the Sodder children is one of the most perplexing and haunting cases of the 20th century, steeped in mystery, suspicion, and unanswered questions. The tragedy unfolded on Christmas Eve, 1945, in Fayetteville, West Virginia, when the Sodder family home burned to the ground in a fire under suspicious circumstances. While George and Jenny Sodder and 4 of their 10 children escaped, 5 others, Maurice, 14, Martha, 12, Louis, 9, Jenny, 8, and Betty, 5, were never seen again. What followed were decades of speculation, controversy, and an enduring sense of loss for the Sodder family. The night of the fire, the Sodder family's Christmas Eve, began like any other festive holiday evening. The children were excitedly playing with new toys, and the family eventually went to bed. Around 1 a.m., Jenny Sodder woke up to the smell of smoke. She discovered that the house was on fire, and chaos ensued as the family attempted to escape. George, Jenny, and 4 of their children managed to flee, but the staircase leading to the attic, where the other 5 children slept, was engulfed in flames. George attempted to rescue them but was thwarted at every turn. The ladder he intended to use was missing, his trucks failed to start, and attempts to call for help were unsuccessful because the phone line had been cut. These peculiarities would later fuel suspicions of foul play. The absence of remains, as devastating as the fire was, the true horror came with its aftermath. Once the flames were extinguished, no remains of the 5 missing children were found in the ashes, a startling discovery that defied explanation. Experts initially claimed the fire had been hot enough to completely cremate the bodies, but this theory was met with skepticism. In subsequent inquiries, it was revealed that even intense fires typically leave behind bone fragments. The absence of remains raised the first major question: had the children truly perished in the fire, or had they been abducted beforehand? Suspicious circumstances. The Sodders began to piece together a series of strange events leading up to the fire, which seemed to suggest a premeditated plot. Threats against George Sodder. George, a vocal critic of Italian dictator Benito Mussolini, had clashed with members of the local Italian-American community. A visiting salesman had ominously warned George that his house would go up in smoke, and that his children would pay for his anti-Mussolini views. Tampered equipment, the missing ladder, the malfunctioning trucks, and the severed phone line all pointed to deliberate sabotage, preventing rescue efforts. Strange sightings. Witnesses later reported seeing the children alive. A woman claimed to have spotted them in a car driving away from the house during the fire, and another alleged sighting placed them at a hotel weeks later. Theories and investigations. Over the years, the Sodder family pursued every lead, spending their savings on private investigators and public appeals. They even erected a billboard along Route 16, displaying the children's pictures and offering a reward for information. Several theories emerged. Kidnapping. The most widely accepted theory is that the children were abducted. Supporters of this theory point to the sightings and the lack of remains, suggesting the fire was a cover-up. Mafia involvement. Given George Sodder's outspoken political views and the threats he received, some speculate the fire was orchestrated by the Mafia as a warning or act of revenge. Foul play by authorities. Critics of the local police and fire department allege a lack of thorough investigation and possible collusion in a cover-up. The children's escape. A more hopeful theory is that the children were taken to safety and grew up unaware of their true identities. Clues and cryptic messages. One of the most chilling developments came in 1967 when Jenny Sodder received a photograph of a man resembling her missing son, Louis, along with a cryptic note reading, "Louis Sodder. I love brother Frankie, Lil boys, A90132 or 35. Despite their efforts to trace the sender, the Sodders reached another dead end. The family's legacy. The disappearance of the Sodder children left an indelible mark on the family and the community. George and Jenny Sodder never gave up hope of finding their children. Jenny wore black for the rest of her life, mourning their absence, and the family's search for answers continued long after George and Jenny passed away. Today, the Sodder children's case remains unsolved, a haunting reminder of the mysteries that linger in the shadows of history. It has inspired countless theories, books, and even documentaries, keeping their story alive in the public imagination. Conclusion. The disappearance of the Sodder children is a chilling tale of loss, unanswered questions, and undying hope. While the truth may never be fully uncovered, the case continues to captivate and confound, a testament to the enduring power of unresolved mysteries. Whether the children perished in the fire or met a different fate, their story endures as a somber enigma that refuses to fade with time,